Hi, and welcome to a sound clip from our Bible study discussions every Tuesday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in Pakalani. Please enjoy.
Good evening. So, my message is short, but I hope it makes you think, gets you thinking. So, I put a title. I don't know if I should put a title, but the title is Life is Fragile. So, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I was coming from Block 7 with my parents, and on the way we found an accident. But you know how usually when you see an accident you think it's a car accident, but it turned out that it was someone had been bumped, and I don't know, I think by the time the medics were there, so it was like covered, but yeah, it looked bad. And then I remember parked there. I remember looking there, and there was like this kid and someone else a bit older. They were like crying. They were like hugging each other. So yeah, it was just a sad sight. So it just kind of made me think that this guy was probably just like maybe those were his kids, and he lives in Broadhurst or something. He's saying like, oh, let me go to Pick and Pay to get bread or something. So it just made me think that life is not that it's short, but obviously we all have our own plans. Like we tell ourselves, oh, I want to do this. For us younger people, it might be going to school, and then eventually getting married, or just anything. Maybe you tell yourself, oh, I want to be famous. I want to be like this person. I want to have a certain status, be up there. And it's just crazy how yet you don't even know, when your last day is. So, you have this goal, and obviously when you have a goal, you want to see the end of it. But that's what I'm saying, it's like it's crazy that you may not even see the end of it. So, so from that, I then identified a verse from Proverbs 16, verse 3. Verse 3 and 9. So verse 3 says, commit your works to the Lord, and your thoughts will be established. And then verse 9 says, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. So these two verses also remind me of a saying which I think you guys might know, that says, man plans and God laughs. So so then just from that whole what I'd seen that day, and I remember I was just driving the one time because I was wondering what I could talk about today, and since I also had another encounter which kind of linked to that, I thought that okay, maybe this is what God wants me to talk about, because even there's this other market in Pakalani on Saturday where they sell like farm products and stuff, and my mom sent me there to get bread for her, and then I bumped into someone who actually knows an issue, and she knows the Bible study, and so I was wearing this other, I think it says Jesus is awesome hoodie. So she was just asking me, oh, tell me more about Jesus. But she's a Christian, but she was just trying to see, if you're wearing this, do you actually know about him? And then she ended up telling me her life story, and she was saying that she actually has 6 degrees. And
wow.
She studied psychology, and she has 6 degrees, and she's actually pursuing a position in Botswana. She was pursuing a position in Botswana where you maybe study something, and when you're done, you're the only person in the country who has this qualification. Yeah, something like that. And then she told me, but now she let all of that go because like I forgot when she said she changed, but she just told me that right now her and her husband, they do ministry and she showed me like a travel around Botswana, you know, but she still has these 6 degrees. So yeah, my message tonight is just that, you know, we all have these plans, and you know, even the smallest thing, you know, you're telling yourself like, oh, I'm going to go to the shop or whatever. But there's so much that happens in the world, so you never even know that it could be your last day, or you know, maybe you will no longer be able to walk or something, no longer be able to see. So just every single thing you do, you know, you need to commit it to God. You know, I'm also saying this because, you know, I'm also struggling with it, because, you know, I heard what this woman at the market was saying, but I was like, yo, because obviously I'm also thinking, you know, yeah, I want to pursue this degree. So the thought of maybe someone telling me like, oh, you know, actually you're not meant to be doing this degree, you know, but I've been doing it for the past 2 years. It sounds crazy to you know, but that's the thing. In every small thing, God can direct you. You know, even if it may seem like something like even just maybe going to work that day wearing a certain thing, you know, like anything, it could have some impact. So that's why, like in verse 9, when it says, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. So it's like, you know, God isn't saying that you mustn't have plans, you know, you mustn't have intentions. But since, you know, it's like, you know, if you think of it as God is above us, so he has a bird's eye view of everything, you know. So, you know, he wants you to tell him your plans so that he can direct you, you know. So that, you know, also like how, you know, in Proverbs it also says, don't lean on your own understanding. So sometimes even what you may be planning, you might intend it to be later on, you know. So that's what's also important, that, you know, tell me your plan, so that, you know, maybe I can tell you like, no, this is not the plan I have for you, or we can be establishing it to say, okay, yes, do it like this, you know. So yeah, that's what I have.
Thank you for taking your time to listen in. Feel free to add your thoughts in the comment section, or join us in person if and when you can. May God bless you.